Piss and Vinegar Day 115, I think. I did a live narration today, and it was good. I was, in the flow state. It was all good insights and big brain advice and whatnot, but I was playing music, so I figured out how to play music whilst simultaneously using this wireless mic. But then the mic was picking up the music. I wasn't sure if it was or not. I should have tested beforehand, but yeah, it was picking up the music. Plus, there was a storm outside, so uh, I'm just gonna do a narration after the fact. And man, my back is looking soft. I hold a lot of fat in my back. It's funny, my back has definitely gotten bigger and stronger. However, when you are, fluffier, the back actually looks smaller just because the proportions to the V tape is not there and there's no definition. So that's a little depressing, but there's pros and cons to bulking. You lose your abs, you lose some definition, and at the same time, I'm looking bigger and I'm feeling stronger, and I'm mentally happy because I'm eating lots of food and I've got all the energy. So, you got to weigh them up. But yeah, it's a shame because it was a good narration, but all good. I'll narrate after the fact. These new wireless meme mics are great. I'm just using this mic now instead of my actual plugged-in mic because this is better quality than my actual mic at my computer. So, good investment, this thing. And one of the things I was talking about today in the narration, I thought, fuck it, I'll talk about it now, is actually, you know what, no, fuck it, I'll save it for next week. It's I think I actually narrate better in person because it's like a straight flow state and there's no time requirement, and I can cut it and everything. So it's probably better I talk about it in person next week's accessory day. So keep tuned in for next accessory day. I'll give you sort of some insights as to why I do power shrugs and then strict shrugs at the end. And it kind of ties into a lot of different reasons I do different exercises different ways. And it's annoying because I keep explaining to people in comments and stuff why I do certain things. It's not annoying. It's people mean well, but it's annoying that there's like one video I'll explain while I do something, and then a month later a new subscriber comes along and then they don't know why I'm doing something, and they're like, you're retarded. Why are you doing that? And it's like I have to explain myself again. I'm sure this is a very common occurrence with YouTubers, especially lifters, is having to constantly explain why you do something, especially if it's not of the norm. But that's all good. But anyway, also I just uploaded a forearm secret video, so if you want to look up, if you want to, you want to build big meaty forearms, and you've hit like a stagnation in your forearm training, or maybe you have small forearms, or maybe you have big forearms and you just want to go to that next level. Look out for the video I just uploaded before this video, a forearm training secret. It's a genuine secret in this video. So it's something that a lot of you guys probably aren't thinking about or doing or even heard of before, to add an extra little half inch or maybe an inch to your forearms. In my case, over an inch. So if you haven't seen that video or checked it out yet, I'd highly suggest checking it out. It's you'll learn something, and maybe a few of you guys might know it, but I think the vast majority of you won't. So check that out if you want to build big meaty forearms. Now, what else was I gonna? So my weight cut is going to be coming up soon. It's, I think, another month of main gaining, just kind of maintaining this well-fed state, maybe even a slight bulk. I think I've lost a little bit of weight, really. But yeah, just generally maintaining my heavier state for another month. And then soon as New Year's comes around, I'm going to do a cut, and that will be basically all throughout summer. So in about a week, it's going to be summer in Australia. It's going to start getting really hot. It's even hotter than it's already been. And I'll keep main gaining through there, but then when it starts to get really hot, I'm going to cut because I don't want to be bulking or main gaining through summer. So I'll do the cut 2 to 3 months, hopefully, and then I'll go into a big bulk throughout autumn and winter. So that's going to be exciting. I am apprehensive of the cut because through this bulk, I have admittedly created some shitty habits, namely energy drinks and just eating a little bit less clean. And for me, that's very important that I eat clean through my cut because I have I've got no calories to spare with my shitty metabolism. So cutting this time around should be a little bit easier than my last cut because I'm cutting from a heavier, more muscular state. So my baseline metabolism will be a bit higher, The lowest I'll probably get to is about 80, whereas last time I got down to 75, which at 75 I'm eating like fucking 1400 calories. At 80 I could probably get away with like 17 or 1800. So the more muscular you get, the easier cutting is. If you're watching the video right now, or if you're still watching, you'll see that I'm talking and talking and talking, and that's because I'm narrating. But anyway, ignore that because I'm actually narrating post. But anyway, yeah, the cut. There's a few things that I'm kind of daunting. I need to start getting into some better habits, eliminating sugar, eliminating dairy, eating leaner meats again, eating just potatoes instead of rice and pasta again, which is going to be tough because when you get used to those things, it's very tough to get stop doing them because they're very yummy, they're very nice, and that's half of the hard part. The other hard part is just simply eating less. So it's going to be a weaning process for this month where I start slowly kind of eating less and less and eating healthier or less calorie dense rather foods. So got to get out of these habits, and I've got to get into also the habit of doing cardio more frequently again. I've been doing the high intensity cardio, and that's great, but for just burning excess calories on a daily basis, it is easier to be in a deficit when you're not just cutting through calories. If you're cutting simply through calories, you have to eat even less food, which means less muscle perseverance, less protein, less micronutrients, less energy, and you're more starved, which makes it harder to adhere to. Whereas if, let's say, your maintenance is 2000 and you're in an 1800 calorie deficit, and then you do 200 calories worth of cardio every day, you're eating 1600 calories. That's much easier than just doing 1600 calories. That extra 200 calories you can now eat could mean the difference between you having a cheat meal out of binge eating or feeling like absolute shit, or maybe it would be the difference between you getting 20 grams of protein that you much needed for your recovery. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and get into cardio and eating better habits, and I might even I might do a video where I lay out my plan for my cut. I think it's great to make videos, kind of holding myself accountable, being like, this is what I'm gonna do, and that way, if I don't do it, I'll look like a fucking idiot because I won't be practicing what I preach, and that is hypocrisy is one of the biggest sins. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be cutting in a month from now or so, and yeah, it's gonna suck. I fucking hate cutting weight. The bulk, I wish I could bulk forever. And next bulk I'm gonna do a lot slower and a lot less aggressive. It's gonna be more of a not a main gain. It's just gonna be a very slow, clean bulk. So, no more than a kilo a month kind of thing. If that, even maybe half a kilo a month. Just very slowly bulk up, and that way the cut following that would be that much easier to accomplish. Whereas the bulk I've done here, due to time restraints and the phases of the seasons, I've had to do like a really aggressive 2, 3, maybe 4 month bulk. I'm not sure what the exact bulk is, but I bulked hard, man. I went from 76 kilos, and at the peak I was 91 kilos. Now I'm holding around 89. So, probably 15, 16, maybe even 17 kilos I gained, which is a lot of weight. And, I'm not too fat. I've still got a relatively flat stomach and, somewhat definition. I'm still veiny throughout my arms. And, I definitely built a lot of muscle. I think I probably built, maybe 7 or 8 kilos of pure, muscular tissue. And then maybe an extra 2 or 3 of water retention and sarcoplasmic, glucose or glycogen storage, and then the rest would be fat. So because oftentimes people say, oh, I built, I built 15 kilos, I gained 15 kilos, I could say I built, say 10 kilos of muscle, but that's not factually accurate. Like, a good amount of that is water and glycogen from the increase of the actual muscle fiber size. Yes. So yeah, technically, but not technically. Realistically, I've probably mostly built, 7 or 8 kilos of muscle, give or take. I don't really know. It's hard to tell. When you think of 7 to 8 kilos of muscle and you think of it in like steaks, that's a lot of meat, and it almost seems like there's no way that's how much muscle I've built, because you think 7 or 8 kilos of steaks, that's like so much meat. I would look like Ronnie Coleman if I had that much fucking steaks on my frame, but it's a lot more deceptive than that, because again, that's water, that's glycogen, that raw and steaks. Like a lot of that is water, which mussels are. What mussels are 70% water. So take it as you will. It's not pure muscular density. There's a difference, but spreading all those steaks out throughout your body, if you really think about it, it's not as much meat as you think. If you put it on a table, it seems like a lot of meat, but you put it on a 6 foot tall frame, it's a lot less. And a lot of it doesn't go to the areas you specifically want it to go. Like a lot of this has gone to my legs and glutes, which is great, but it would have been great if most of it went to my arms or chest, for example. Like that would be fucking sick, but unfortunately, that's not how it goes. It distributes evenly throughout. And I might be wildly delusional. Maybe I haven't gained 6 or 7 or 8 kilos of muscle. Maybe I've gained like 3 and I've gained mostly fat. But my body composition does not indicate that. I'm definitely a little softer looking, but I'm not that much fatter than when I was 76 kilos. So overall, I'm pretty fucking happy with my bulking results. Anyway, see you guys for more piss and vinegar tomorrow. Bye bye.